How y'all doing? If you're new here, welcome and shout out to you. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are a new viewer, before I even get into talking about any of the changes you see on your screen right now, I highly recommend you scroll down, takes 2 seconds, pause the video, and go read the description. There is massive amounts of resources linked in the description down below. Not only is the Google Sheet that you're looking at right now linked, which has links to the move guide, all the Pokemon changes that are currently done as of recording this video, my Discord server, everything you could really ever want to know about the hack, at least at this point in development, is linked in this Google Sheet. Not to mention, there is also a really important first, if you just pause the video and go read it, all right? There is tons and tons of information in bullet point form about the hack and how it's balanced, and that way I don't have to waste as much time talking about it in every single video. So give it a look. Tons of resources down below, playlists, videos, all that stuff. With that being said, though, yeah, I chose not to make them water type. I know a lot of people are like, well, they should be water type. I think they could be. I don't think that means that they have to be. I think giving them water-related abilities and keeping them as pure electric is a lot cooler and more unique, personally. Because, you know, there are some water-electric types that exist already, and also I do want... I don't want to spoil changes for later on, so I'll just keep it at that, but just know it's unique. And it also gives them really cool abilities, so not only do they keep Electromorphosis, which is obviously very powerful, hence why they learn Parabolic Charge at level 50, which is still a pretty good... Like, you still have it for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 9, 18 boss fights, which is still, like, a lot. So it might seem late, but it's not that late. But, I mean, it is definitely late for balancing reasons, because it's such a crazy move on something that's this bulky, you know? So that's why, yeah, Electromorphosis, I mean, it's great for all, I mean, it's bulk, you guys know how it works, right? You switch them in, you can run, you know, consumable Quick Claw, keep in mind there's item claws intended, but you can still use your Quick Claw to switch Bellibolt in and then blow something up with, like, Short Circuit or Short, or Zap Cannon or High Voltage or all these strong moves. Even just flat out, like, you know, 75 base power Overdrive or all these, like, regular, you know, Thunderbolt, 90 base power, even those moves, like, will destroy things with the charge effect from Electromorphosis. You also have Recharge, which does the same thing. It charges you and then it heals you by 1/3, so you can use that with the other two abilities. In this ROM hack, all Pokemon are designed to have 3 abilities that they can switch between at any point, depending on the situation. So obviously you might be thinking, well, Electromorphosis is too good. Why would you ever want to use another ability? Well, number one, you have the 2 immunity abilities. Tadbulb, as you can see, is an optional evolution. It's all Pokemon. I mean, even a lot of mid evolutions that aren't optional intended are still optional. Like, you can still keep them. I just don't have them evolve with a specific move or whatever. But when I really feel like that Pokemon could be a genuine option to keep long term, I give them this little evolution method, so that way you don't have to spam B. But anyway, first of all, I just like Tadbulb. A lot of time it really is if I like the pre-evolution a lot. I like Tadbulb. I think he's a cute guy. And I also think that him uniquely having Levitate instead of Water Absorb gives him reason to be kept. Not to mention he is significantly faster than Bellibolt, and he still has good bulk, especially on the special side. On the physical side, it's obviously pretty frail, but number one, that just makes logical sense. And then number two, you know, a Violate can help patch some of that up as well. And in EVs and stuff, you can switch him in, is my point, though. You can switch him in on hits. Also, it just lets you outspeed things you wouldn't normally be able to outspeed with Bellibolt, especially if you're on, like, a Scarf Electro Ball or something, and you know, or a Violate Electro Ball, Electromorphosis. You got all types of fun ways to build him. But yeah, Liquid Veil, very fitting ability for both of them. It gives them, like, a pseudo water typing in some ways. So not only does it give them that fire resistance, and the immunity to burn, which isn't really a big deal in a hack like this, but it can be useful. But the main thing is that you resist fire now as a pure electric type, which is nice because I believe pure electric only has, what, 2 other resists? Electric and steel? Pretty sure. I don't think I'm forgetting any. I'll check super quick just to be sure, though. Pretty sure it's just those 2. Oh my god, no, I'm a fake. It's because I'm. Goddamn, it's flying, man. Alright, so now you got 4 resist with Liquid Veil, right? That alone is enough reason to use the ability. However, you also get the double damage effect on your water moves, which is incredibly powerful. Even though it's not stab, it's still. I mean, it's dude, 1 of 3 special attack with double damage is very powerful. And then I also gave them a lot of strong high base power water moves early on, with Hydro Cannon being at level 42, because I want to encourage using abilities other than Liquid Veil. Other than Electromorphosis. Yeah, Hydro Cannon is very powerful. It's water type Draco Meteor now. And then Zap Cannon is electric type Draco Meteor, so Yeah, those are two great options for him. Obviously, as a slower, bulky Pokemon, he can kill something and then switch out. He's got all types of great defensive tools. He's obviously got very good bulk. I also liked their stats all being threes. That's why I tweaked their stats around a bit, just to be threes, and I think it looks nice. And then, of course, the Spit F on Bellibolt being a bit higher, just for the overall power creep of the hack. Although, honestly, even his natural bulk is plenty good in vanilla, considering how crazy the ability is. On something that's so bulky, especially when it's not in a competitive setting where there's not like ground types on most teams. Like if they don't have a ground type, it's very good, man. You can heal off things, you can stockpile plus slack off and go crazy with that. Parabolic Charge is also changed to be like Mega Drain, which is also changed to be I guess similar like to Leech Life and Draining Kiss in that regard. They are healing 75% damage dealt, and they are 60 base power. Parabolic Charge in this case is 60 base power, 75% of damage dealt. So it is slightly weaker than vanilla, but it is heals much more, so definitely evens out. I mean, that's not it's still better than it was. You could even do some funny like Electro Shot, Power Herb shit, although that's more of a niche, which is why it's so early. It's more of just for blowing things up. If you really need to blow something up, you can take the hit and then Electro Shot, Power Herb, goob them. All those moves are widely distributed now, with High Voltage being essentially electric type special Wicked Blow that can't be used twice in a row. That's more for balancing for like faster Pokemon that can like spam it. In Bellibolt's case, he actually doesn't mind the no 2 times in a row effect, which is why he gets it as his last move, because you can run like High Voltage, Electromorphosis, Slack Off, and just kind of kill shit. Even Resist will like die to that, even with no special attack investment, they'll probably die just because of how strong the charge effect is. This guy's definitely like teetering on broken, but a lot of things in the hack are, and it's kind of just, it's always gonna work out nicely, because it is balanced if you read in the description around in-game stuff and Teamlocked and all these other things. So yeah, definitely a very strong Pokemon though. And then again, Liquid Veil, it gives you that freedom because you're not always going to want to run Electromorphosis. You might want that extra water damage to blow something specific up that you wouldn't be able to blow up otherwise. Not to mention you don't have to take a hit for Liquid Veil to give you a boost, which is even better on like Tadbulb and stuff. Yeah, so being able to switch between getting the electric boost or that water boost or the immunity is very good. So all three abilities definitely have great usage, and they are also really cool and fitting flavor-wise for Bellibolt. Other abilities I considered, stuff like Unaware and Appetite and stuff, are cool and fitting, but these three are really cool, and I like the pure electric with Water Absorb / Levitate / Liquid Veil. It's really cool. I just love that idea. Yeah, I mean, he's got some really nice moves. Obviously, he's got the water, which is stronger than his Stab Electric without Electromorphosis boosting it, without the charge effect. Another really important thing for Bellibolt is priority. So not only does he get Shockwave, he also gets Swift, Mudshot, and Water Gun. But the most important one obviously is Shockwave, because it's Stab and it gets the Electromorphosis boost. And then Water Gun is also a priority for Liquid Veil, which is pretty great. But yeah, you can switch him in and then run like Spec Shockwave and blow something up, because you got the Electromorphosis boost and you're bulky enough to take the hits on switch in pretty easily. You can also run Stolier sets, Toxic, some stuff, Slack Off, all that fun stuff. I kept Slack Off just on Bellibolt for flavor reasons. It doesn't really fit Tadbulb at all. I give them Power Glow, which gives them +2 special attack, 1 PP. It sounds pretty crazy, but it's honestly like, number one, it's kind of overkill, and number two, it's like not even that good. It's definitely useful. I think with Parabolic Charge plus like Power Glow plus Stockpile, you could try to get some like funny cheese or like maybe Amnesia, like Max HP Fizz Def Amnesia. But you don't need the Power Glow boost, so it's definitely more of a niche application. But it's just a very fitting move, so that's why I give it to him. Again, especially because Tadbulb's a literal light bulb. Electro Ball is very good on Tadbulb because he gets a speed boost now. It's also pretty okay on Bellibolt if you actually rack up enough speed boost. For example, after 2 Electro Balls, you're +2 speed, and 40 base speed at +2 is outspeeding pretty much everything in game. Not everything, but it's not like competitive where you have crazy speed tiers, right? That you need to beat. You're +2 base 40 is plenty fast. So yeah, you can definitely do some Electro Ball like max HP, max bulk, Electro Ball, Slack Off cheese. You could even run Charge Beam and just, you could go like Electro Ball, Slack Off, Charge Beam, and just go crazy with that even. You can build this guy so many different ways for different situations. He's very fun. You can run him purely defensively, purely offensively, some type of hybrid. And again, being a pure electric type that's immune to water is very useful as well. You can hard counter some water types in some situations, although they'll usually have other moves than water, but you get the point. Very good and useful. And yeah, Liquid Veil's sick. I don't really know what else I need to say here. He's a very straightforward Pokemon. I give him some other cool coverage moves that fit with the light theme, being a light bulb and all. So Dazzling Gleam and Flash Cannon are there for that reason. Everything else makes pretty logical sense. I mean, you know, mud moves and water moves because he's a frog. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, obviously Soak is incredible. Acid Spray is incredible. Bubble Beam and Electro Web dropping speed by -2 is incredible. Chilling Water dropping attacking stats is very good for stalling stuff and debuffing things. Yeah, man, you can run this guy so many different ways. Terra is also really cool on him for certain situations of when you RNG or Terra. Again, read in the description. You can read more about that. But yeah, that's about it. A very straightforward Pokemon, very cool buffs, very fitting. You could keep Tadbulb a bit longer, especially if you need that specific ground immunity on your team. Again, with Teamlocked, there's tons of situations where you might want that to keep that ground immunity a bit later, or you want the extra speed that Tadbulb provides. It's also still pretty damn it's very strong with Electromorphosis, and it's pretty strong even without it. Liquid Veil, it's also very strong with base 83. Seems like it's not that good, but trust me, it's strong. Yeah, on the special side, it's pretty damn tanky with the it's very tanky with the Violet. I believe Bellibolt would still technically be a bit bulkier overall, or at least comparable because of just how big his HP is. I mean, he gets plus 50 HP because he's such a big fat guy. But yeah, that's about it. Strange Impulse, very good too. I mean, you got tons of fun moves you can experiment with and play around with. Short Circuit, that removes your electric typing, and it's 130 base power. It also paralyzes, which actually in this case could be pretty useful because you're slow and bulkier, so you could actually like Short Circuit into another move to 2-hit KO, something you wouldn't otherwise 2-hit KO, and then outspeed them. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, really, that's about it. I appreciate you listening. Let me know in the comments down below if you listened this far. Leave a comment if you did, and I appreciate you. Be back for more coming up. Peace.